How y'all doing today? Hope you guys are doing okay. Here in Kansas City, we got the stay-at-home law in effect for this virus thing going around. But you know, there ain't nobody out here doing it. I ain't doing no work. I've not had any calls in a couple days now at work. So it finally, weather kind of cleared up for a little bit. So we'll make a video for y'all today. Today we're going to do Radiator on the Chevy Impala. And the Chevy Impalas, when they get older, all of them, for some reason, right down in there, they start leaking. So I got a brand new radiator in the garage for it, and we're going to put it in here, and I'm going to show you folks how easy it is to do it. Just a little time consuming, but it's not hard. And this is a 2001 Chevy Impala that I picked up. Alright, let me get some tools and equipment out here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off these upper motor mounts, which are these right here. You got bolts on both sides. Here's your 15 millimeters, and these back here are 13s. I'm not going to worry about the center one. Why should I do more than I have to? Real simple. If you got air tools, it's simple. If you got do it hand, you can do it with a regular ratchet, whatever you got, you know. Ain't no big deal. And that's your two top motor mounts. Pretty simple, pretty easy. As you can see, that opens up a lot of room in here. You gotta get this fan blades off here, the fan shroud. But on these particular cars, I've learned that it's easier to take out this cross member beam here, support beam, and take out the air box. And the radiator comes right out. We're not going to worry about draining the radiator fluid out of this thing because there's really nothing in it but water. Back over here on the stand. As you can see, I don't know if you can be able to tell that or not, but if you look real close, I mean, I don't know if you can tell it or not on this camera. See if I can get it to focus in here. But on all these old Chevrolets, all these Impalas, for some reason, right in here is where they start leaking. See, my finger's wet, and that's where they leak from. See, I got the breather box out. Be really careful, because this is a computer right here. So you don't want to be messing with that too much. So try to keep that as dry as possible, you know. Don't jerk it around too much. The only thing I got left to do is get these hoses out of the way, which are kind of a pain in the butt. Bottom hose, we're not going to worry about it just yet, but we're working on it. Now you got two 10mm bolts are right here on the inside. They're what actually holds the fan shroud down and the radiator together. That's what they look like, the little brackets like that. As you see, you move the radiator all around now. Gotta go grab another socket. Okay, after you get those two bolts out, the fan shroud should come up good enough where you can get to the bottom deals and unplug the wires on it. Hopefully, it does. I mean, I'm always looking like a fool anyway, so why not look some more here? Now what? What did I forget? I forgot something. I almost guarantee I forgot something here. Let's see what it is. Oh, I know what I forgot. Be right back. Alright, what I forgot, down here on the bottom, you can't see it, but there's a little tab that goes into the fan shroud and the radiator. What you do there, just stick this big long pry bar down there and just turn it a little bit and pop it. If not, you'll fight with that all day long trying to get that thing to come up out of there. Bring it up here where you can get a hold of your wires and undo them. Screwdriver. Come on, get out of there. Try to be gentle with these plastic holders, so that way you can put them right back in place. You see, they'll just pop right back into place if you're careful with them. Fans out of the way. Now we get to the radiator. I mean, it's right here, it's ready to come out. I just got to undo the wires. I mean, excuse me, undo the hoses. Bring my nifty little pliers here for these pressurized clamps. There's one. And somebody's redone the bottom one. That's on the back side, so we're not going to be able to get to that just yet. So, we'll just pull the radiator and all out. Sounds like a plan to me, right? Let me go grab my drain bucket. Well, you have to forgive me on that. The car I got it from was a young lady who drove the car around on empty all the time. So she always had to keep adding water. So, and I checked it 2 or 3 times and I never saw any antifreeze in it, but it was still full of antifreeze. So that's a bonus. So I got it in the drain pan now, draining. I'm going to pull the radiator out of here. You know, just make sure you get all your wires out of the way. Make sure there ain't nothing in your way. You don't want to break anything. And that's one radiator out. See if we can get a better look here. Right in here is where she goes to leaking. I don't know why, that's just where they do. That's a typical General Motors for you. Alright, for the brand new radiator. Ain't she pretty? $150 for a damn radiator. But she is pretty. 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 Now see, all you got to do is put it back together, right? And I'll show you guys here in a minute. But she pretty for $150. It better be. Now, if your car comes with this sensor right here, I would strongly suggest putting it back on. This one here just had a tab right here in the hole I took out. I would strongly suggest you use the rubbers that's on here. Take the rubbers off, take your old rubbers off here, and put the new ones on. They're brand new, why not use them? Gently work it back and forth in there so it's all the way in. You got a little C-clip here that goes over it. Clamp on it. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt to get on though. Keep jacking with it, keep pulling with it, you'll get it. Like I said, sometimes they're a pain in the butt to get on. There it is. Now when you go to take your tranny lines off, I didn't show you, I'm sorry. These little bitty clips right here, that's what holds your transmission lines to the radiator. Your new radiator comes with them. Go ahead and put them on. I'll show you what they look like. The new radiator. It's gonna be hard to tell, but if you can look in there, I don't know if the camera is sure or not. Let's see something here. These are the new clips here inside. All you do is put your tranny lines in there and push kind of hard a little bit, and they'll snap in place, and you're done with them. All right, let's reinstall this bad boy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up my bottom radiator hose. Get down in the groove. Bring out my trusty pliers here. So I can smash my fingers again with it like I did earlier. Sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't. Mine are getting old, so they don't like to work too well. You know, they're getting old, the cable's getting worn out. I need to break down and buy a new pair. I just don't want to right now. If it still works, why mess with it, you know? It's my philosophy. But one day it's going to get to the point it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to break down and go buy new ones. Please don't let today be the day. Come on. Today might have to be the day. Okay, time to put your fans back in. Do not forget this step, because you wish you would have. If you forget it, you wish you wouldn't have, I meant. This could be a bad one if you forget it. Anyway, put your fans back in. They'll go right back together, right where they came out of. So you ain't gotta worry about trying to make sure you get the wires in the right order. Make sure they're good and plugged in good. Give them a little tug and make sure they're secured. Things back in holes where they go. And down we go down the rabbit hole. And it's not going to go right back in. You're going to have to fight it to get it in. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. Everything's in its way. Alright. What you got down in there? Make sure it's in the grooves where it needs to be. Make sure everything's right. Alright. I'll put the little bolt back in to hold the fan shroud in place. Is that it? No, that's it. And you'll be good to go. Alrighty, grab your two top mounts here to help secure the radiator in place. These are kind of fun to get back on. Sometimes you can get them on without a problem. Sometimes they fight you all the way. Depends on what your luck is. Sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't. For some reason this side is sitting up higher, so you gotta make sure all this is right. Make sure it's sitting in its groove down here. Make sure you put them on the right way too. That's the other kicker to this story. What did I do with the other one? I'm blind. There it is. Why am I doing this so wrong? Thing don't want to line back up. Alright, I'm going to try to position this where you can see it. I don't know how this is going to work. Let's see. Anyway, this is your training line, okay? Remember I was talking about the clips being in there? Clips already in. So all you got to do is get it lined up. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do. I can't do it with my right left hand. Let me see if I can switch around here. Anyway, just kind of push in there a little bit. And you'll feel it go in. Once it goes in, try to give it a pull out. If it doesn't come out, that's in there. And like I said, these two bolts here, this one on this side, one on the other side, they're kind of a pain in the butt to get in, but once you get them in there, they're in there. Now we just got to put the rest of this back together. All kinds of fun we're having today. Okay, get that out the way. That radiator hose over there out of the way. You just stay over there out of the way, but this ain't going to, you know. I hate messing with breather boxes. They're always a pain in the rear end to do. Come on, get in there. Back in where your hole is. Come on now, you can't go in there like that now. You gotta go in there right now. Everything's got to go in its place, you know. If you don't get it in its place just right, bad things happen. Too many tools. And yes, my little tool broke. So it's gonna be fun getting this back on. Alrighty, well that ends installation and I'm taking it out. You're going to lose a lot of water doing this. I have one of these funnels here that I use, so that way I don't lose so much damn water. You get these at Napa for about 50 bucks. You just pour the water straight in here and it burps it straight into the system. Now I can use the old antifreeze and stuff that was in here, but I'm not going to. I don't know how watered down it is. I'm not taking a chance with it. I'll just put some brand new stuff in it. That way you don't lose as much water this way. Let it burp itself down in there, and what it's doing is forcing all the air out. See the air coming out? That's what we need. We need all that air to come out. Because if not, they'll vapor lock up on you and overheat. And we dang sure don't want that to happen to this car. Hear the air bubbling up out of there? Well, as you can see, we got it all back together. Only one thing left to do. You should always do this after you're done. Get the camera back in here. Take a garden hose, jug of water, anything. I just got no jug here. Just kind of rinse it all off. Get all the antifreeze off of it, anything else on it. That way you know. You drive around, you see antifreeze leaking, you did something wrong. I got some back on the windshield here. Just to make sure it's all good and clean. Took me about an hour to do all this. Wouldn't have took me as long, but when you're trying to make a video, stop and go, it takes a little while longer. But she's done. One project done on this thing. See, it's up to temperature. Yeah, got a bunch of lights on. Got to replace the fuel pump in it. Got to do some work on the anti-lock brakes. Project at a time. Alright, thank you folks. I hope this helps some of y'all out. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Like and subscribe.